Well, we're back out again. We're up in Glencoe, so I'm heading into the Hyde. I've not been to the Hyde for nearly a year, so with a bit of luck it'll still be standing. But it's pouring outside, but we've got good shelter in the trees, so it's about half a mile up this path. So with a wee bit of luck, we'll have no storm damage and it'll still be standing. So that's where we're heading tonight. The wind's certainly picked up anyway, so I don't know if you can hear me over this, but the shelter's still standing. It's been about a year since we've been up here. I'm really happy to see that. So that'll be our day's rest tonight, sitting in there. I'm glad to see it's still standing. I know the moss and the time and effort I put into it the last time, it's all starting to grow now. So I filled all the gaps with moss and loose soil, and it's all taken hold, so it's looking really well. I'm well happy. All the mushrooms and fungi are starting to grow in it, so it's getting swallowed up by the nature right about it. We'll get the tent set up and then we'll have a wander about. That's the footprint down. It's a new Nordisk Otra 2 PU. That's quite a substantial thing, and it's quite easy, you can't go wrong with it, this side up. So that's part one, we'll get that down. Now you've got the options with this. You can put, the way the poles are configured, you can either put the outer up as like a day shelter, or you can put the inner with the mesh on its own, or you can have the inner with the rain cover as like a 3-in-1. So a cracking bit of gear. So I'll let you see this as we go through. So that's, as I say, the footprint down, so I'm going to go and get the poles organised now. There's the poles out there, so they're all packed up. I'll get them undone now and get it a bit up. But I'm quite impressed with the pegs. They're quite heavy duty pegs. It's not a normal standard feature, it's usually just thin pegs, but I'm quite impressed with them. We'll see how we got on. Quite sturdy looking and lightweight. Well, there's the poles assembled, so there's two main cross ones and there's two red outer ones. So you'll see when we go on, but these poles have got special clips. So you can see, I'll give you a close up of these later on. But that's where they cross over and lock in place. Quite a good idea. But we'll get the inner in onto it now. Well, that's the inner laid just on top of the base plate, so it's quite a good ingenious way this goes. So you get clips. So there you go, that clip literally just clips onto the base like that. There you go, and that goes all four corners, and then the poles clip into these. So I'll let you see the poles as we go on. So we'll repeat that at the four corners. So there you go, there goes the pole, and it clicks especially into the wee marks there, and that repeats itself up with the opposite corner. There you go, that's the two poles on, and they've caught each corner and they're connected in the middle. So it's just a case of lifting the inner now and clipping it all onto the clips. And again, it's got the special clips here that clip on for the cross pegs as well. So I'll let you see this as we go. So that's the cross ones now clipped in place, and all the wee cross poles all clipped in. There you go. So that's where the red poles, they go in there, and they'll log onto the bottom here, which gives the end shape of the tent. Well, that's it with the red poles in now, and it gets its final shape. I like the idea of it. It's got a flat end here, and it's got ventilation. You can open that there, and you can open it right through to let the air flow through. And again, in the summer months, if you just want to use it with a fly net like that, it's great. And it's got a massive big porch area here, which opens up and tucks away into a wee pocket there in the bottom left hand side. Very good. So again, this is only the second time I've come out with it, but what I'm learning about it, it's a pretty good idea. It's been well thought out. Got a good section of poles up here, giving it plenty of strength in the wind. So we're going to go and we'll get the outer on now, because the rain's not that far away. The wind's certainly picking up anyway. Well, that's the canopy just been thrown over. So a good system again, as the inner does, so does the outer. It clips in, it's got a wee clip, and it comes down the bottom there and just clips in place. So I'll go and get this all tightened up, and then I'll bring you back. What's it with tents? Never seem to get them up in daylight. I'm always running at the coos tail, but aye, that's it all up. pegged down. So that's the Nordisk Otra 2 PU. Don't know what the PU stands for, but I'll run through all the spec tomorrow in daylight. But that, you can see it there, that's the shape of it. Pretty good, well impressed. Inside it's so much room. Really good design. I say that's the Otra 2. I like the idea that the big zip net comes away there and it's got the same wee pocket it tucks into out the way. It's nothing worse as when you get a tent there and you're actually fumbling about and getting caught in the net as you're going in and out. But very good. I'm impressed with this. So we're deep in the forest tonight. As I say, we're up in Glencoe and up visiting the hide. I've had this hide for a wee while now, so I'm going to go and get tidied up over there and get the fire. I've got a raised fire pit, so I'll get that set up too, because when it goes dark in here, it goes dark. You can't see the end of your nose. This is finally organised. Well, that's the shelter, as I say. I've had this for a few years and quite impressed how the moss and everything's all grown over it. And there's a clearing, there's a tent. We're out tonight and we've got the Nordisk, and it's the Otra 2 PU. This is the second Nordisk tent I've got. This is a Nordisk Otra 2, slightly bigger than my other one. The other one I've got a lightweight and I use it for going up into the hills. You've probably seen that in a few of the other ones here. That's the other tent I've got is the Nordisk Telemark 2 lightweight. So I'm starting to build up a collection of these ones, but I'm certainly impressed with them anyway. So I'm going to be using this one right through the winter months, and I'll get a good test and I'll have plenty of reviews. Again, I'll run out of tight the day with daylight, so tomorrow when it gets bright in the woods here, I'll go back in and I'll give you all the information for inside it and all the technical spec for it. So now I'm just going to go out to the edge. There's a lovely wee river runs up the edge of the forest here. It goes up to a massive big waterfall, and the deer usually come down at night to feed. So with a wee bit of luck we might see them. It's not the best of weather. The rain's starting to come in pretty heavy, so there won't be much more footage tonight because it's getting dark quickly. But you can see the waterfall up there. I've had a few camps up there, but tonight we're down in the forest at the base camp. We set this up a few years ago, so it's about a year since I've used it. I thought I'd come a wee wander over to the river and then get back here and get the fire started and get the dinner on. That's the fire going, so I'm just going to get the dinner cracked on. So tonight we're going to some salmon and king prawns with a chilli sauce. So that's it. But the rain's on heavy now, but never mind. We've got a nice tarp, we've got the shelter under us, and the tent's just a wee bit behind us there, so we're sheltered with the forest. Typical Scottish weather though. Well, tonight we're going to have some salmon, some king prawns with a sweet chilli garlic sauce. So I'm going to make up an envelope with the foil, and I'm going to steam the salmon and the prawns. And once they've been steamed, I'm going to add the chilli sauce. All done out of the wee fire pit, which is a nice wee raised fire pit again. Some steaming away nicely on the fire, so 10-15 minutes and they'll be ready. That's it, nearly ready now. So just a case to add the chilli sauce, the sweet chilli sauce in there. So you can see the salmon and the prawns are perfectly cooked. So we'll put the sauce in and we'll just let it heat through, and they'll be ready in about 5 minutes. Salmon and king prawns with a chilli and garlic sauce. Morning, it's about 7:30. So everyone's all packed up in the tent. It's just a case of not breaking the tent down and packing it away, but time to go and get the kettle on, get a cup of coffee and some porridge. I even got myself a nice wee cheeky yoghurt this morning, but that's for location. So out at the breakfast bar for to get some stuff. It's a wee lean-to, as I say. I use this quite a lot for watching the deer. But this morning, breakfast time. Get the kettle on and I'll get some porridge and a cup of tea. That's another camper I'm done with. That's a wee overnighter in the forest in Glencoe, up checking out the hide. So everything's all in good order, and they had a great night, some nice food, and it was a wild night with wind and rain, but when you've got a good shelter and tarps and a decent tent, it's all good. So if you've enjoyed that one, get a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do, it helps me a lot. So till the next time, be good, stay safe.